I'm Michael Cornu. I grew up sailing at New Trier High School at a Chicago Yacht Club. I went to Northwestern University in Evanston, Illinois, and I moved to Portland to be the head coach of the Willamette Sailing Club in 2017, and I've been here ever since. I got into sailing. I knew I had to do a sport in high school. I was 14 years old, and before that, I had mostly just played video games. I was a pretty sedentary person, and I tried out for the high school rowing team. And my high school had 1,200 people per grade. So if you weren't the best at any sport, you didn't make the team. I was much shorter and a little bit more out of shape at the time, so I did not make the team. And that was disappointing at the time, but my best friend was like, hey, I'm gonna join the sailing team. We know how to sail, and we did. We had taken, learn to sail classes, but we figured it'd be a chill thing to do. And it was really hard and really cold, but just a ton of fun. We were so bad when we started. Oh my God, we were so bad. But it was a lot of fun, and I got to spend a lot of time with my friends doing it. And I just kept showing up and kept getting better. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I remember kind of that laid a solid foundation for my sailing knowledge. And yeah, I've just been pretty obsessed with the sport ever since, honestly. So college and high school are very similar sailing disciplines, obviously. They're almost identical. What really varies between the two isn't doing high school or college, it's what program you're a part of in high school or college sailing. I grew up at a very competitive, results-oriented, high-level race team in high school. We went to team race nationals, we went to fleet race nationals, and it was great. I learned a ton, and I got a lot better, but it was pretty taxing, and I didn't really want to continue with sailing after I graduated from high school. I actually went to Northwestern expecting not to sail. And I got to Northwestern, and I went to a student activities fair, and they convinced me to come to a practice. I said, okay. And they were really cool, everyone was really nice, and it was a student-run club. So there was no adult telling me what to do and yelling at me if I made a mistake. So through kind of that aspect of it, and then also teaching a lot of people how to sail at the club, I rediscovered my love of the sport. But after I graduated from Northwestern, I had a more traditional job at a digital education startup. I was, one of 20 employees. I was working crazy hours. It was just kind of the startup life. And I enjoyed it. It was fun. I learned a lot, but I got pretty burnt out pretty quickly. I tried to quit. My boss told me to take a sabbatical. I did. I decided to coach sailing. And I had actually never coached up until this point. I had taught Learn to Sail, and I had raced extensively, but I'd never coached racing. And I knew I liked sailing, but I didn't know if I'd like coaching. And I loved it. It's hard to really sum it up without sounding corny, but it's the buy-in. If you can really buy into an organization and choose to commit yourself to it without kind of the expected, okay, what do I get in return here? Then it just becomes worth it. You feel like you're a part of something, you feel important. Even if you don't win a regatta, and if your teammate does, you know, or at least you should know, that you've helped, okay, that you're part of that win. I say this to all the young sailors who kind of get caught up in the competitive aspect of it. Your reputation will follow you throughout your sailing career. If you're a jerk in Portland, they're gonna know about it in Seattle if you try to go sailing there. Hey, I didn't come up with it, but the Paul Elvstrom, one of the best sailors to ever live, said, if you have won the race and in doing so lost the respect of your competitors, you have not won the race. That's something I really believe. So it's definitely not about the winning. It's really just about the community you're a part of and being a good steward of it. Sailing brings joy, and I think you either increase that amount of joy in everyone else or you decrease it. So what do you want to do?